This one happened last week as well, and this was something that when I saw it, I was like, "Oh man, this is wild,"
Bro.
and it threw me for a loop because of just how violent it was and how delayed everybody was to step in, intervene, and help this guy.
Yeah.
But the video that we saw of Raja Jackson, which is the son of former UFC and Pride fighter Rampage Jackson, he was actually involved in an altercation at a wrestling show,
Yeah.
and he assaulted a wrestler by the name of Syko Stu. And we're about to play this video. We will warn you ahead of time. This is a very graphic video.
Violent video.
So if you're not comfortable with that, we'll tell you can skip ahead a little bit, but we're about to share it. So we'll give you a heads up in 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna pick it up here and we're gonna go ahead and have Julio play it. So right here, Raja had just hopped in the ring. He slammed Syko Stu, and I mean, he just starts raining down these points. This guy was knocked out as soon as his head hit the mat. Back
Oh
it up,
yeah.
Julio. Back it up, please, from the beginning.
Yeah.
So he slams and he's out right there. He's unconscious.
Yep.
And so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna count the punches as they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's like 25. 25 unprotected punches to an unconscious opponent before anybody intervenes, steps in, and gets him off of this guy. Now you got these wrestlers coming in now, and they're kind of separating him. He's got him locked up, so he can't continue to cause any more damage. But the damage was done.
It was done already, bro. Done already. That's the crazy part, right? So, I mean, it's unfortunate. And again, I don't know too much of the background behind this or why he jumped in or any of that. I think I saw a video on Instagram. I can't find it anymore, but there was a video, I think, where they were filming backstage before any of this happened. He was out there talking with some of the wrestlers. I guess they were trying to prep him to actually go in and be part of the show. Obviously, they didn't want it to go this way, but I want to say in a playful way, one of the wrestlers, I think it was that guy, Syko Stu. I think that's what they call him, Syko Stu or Psycho Stu or whatever his name was. But I think there was a portion where they show that he got hit in the head. When I say he, I mean Raja Jackson got hit in the head with like a beer can or something on the side of the head. And he was sitting there like, what the hell is going on? Like, what are you guys doing? And you could
Yeah,
tell that he
that
got
was
upset
Psycho
about it.
Stu. He kind of like he was kind of like trying to draw what they call like an angle, right? So he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm gonna hit you and you sell it." But when
Yeah.
he hit him with a beer can, right?
But he hit him for real, I
And
think.
yeah, but he was just like, but it didn't look like
Yeah.
he looked like he was working, which basically
Yeah.
means like he faked like I'm gonna hit you for real. But like people are looking at us now. You mix alcohol with anything,
Yep. Yeah.
you're already on a bad start.
Yeah. And
But he kind
so
of like, oh, I'm gonna hit you, and he like crushes him with a can, and you see the can kind of spray a little bit of the
yeah.
beer, and he doesn't even flinch. He's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Like,
And so then after that, it just kind of escalates. Then
yeah.
later on, a guy's in the back and he's like, oh, we'll make an angle out of it. We'll do a whole storyline. You can get your get back. Like in the
In the
middle of the
ring.
match,
Yeah.
you'll go in there, you'll run in, you get your little lick back, and then, we'll just kind of go from there.
And that shit
I
went all the way left field, bro.
He took it
All
as,
the
oh, I
way
get to
left field.
just beat him down mercilessly.
I mean,
And
it's not funny. I don't mean to laugh, but it's so crazy how one thing can turn into something way out of that was not prepared for. You can tell obviously that nobody in the ring, nobody outside the ring, they were expecting him to react the way that he reacted. So when he jumps into the ring and picks him up right here at the beginning of this video and then just slams him down, and again, you saw, we just replayed it, he was unconscious when he hit the fucking mat. He was gone. He was out of there. There was no bringing him back. And then for him to sit on top of him, mount him, and then just start raining down punches, bro. And I mean raining down punches. You could see that he was leaning into every single one of those punches, like he was in an
Body weight
actual
on
fight.
those
Yeah.
punches, bro. Yeah.
So it's very unfortunate. I hate for something like that to happen, especially, Raja being a young kid the way that he is. He's 25. I mean, he's not a kid, he's a grown adult, but still he's young, very, very young. And now he could be facing, you know, serious
Criminal
charges,
charges for
criminal
sure.
charges for sure for something like that.
Broken facial bones,
Yep.
broken teeth that I
He's
believe he,
missing
like,
teeth now.
swallowed.
Yeah, he's
And
missing teeth now.
they were like, "He's not gaining
Yeah.
consciousness. Like, he's not regaining his consciousness.
Yeah.
He's not responding." Broken facial bones, broken teeth.
Mhm.
I'm sure there's probably a broken jaw, something. I mean, this guy took crazy damage.
Crazy damage, bro.
And the fact that he was like on critical support
Yeah.
for a few days, and Rampage comes out after the fact and he's like, "Oh, he had a concussion prior to this going on," and
And he's talking about his son, by the way, when he says that,
right. And then he's like, "Well, he hasn't been the same since his mom
Mhm.
passed away.
Yeah.
He's had problems. I'm raising him by myself. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to get him help."
Yeah.
And I understand as your son, like, you're always gonna want to protect your kid. But
Yep.
in my personal opinion, you see something like this, there's no way to justify or protect the behavior
Unfortunately,
that was
no.
demonstrated in this video. There's
Yeah.
no justification for how he took this action against this guy when the guy's a professional wrestler. He's
Yeah.
just a guy that's trying to put on the show. Even if you slammed him and maybe you hit him one time, that's a little extreme even for that.
Mhm.
But brother, to slam him unconscious immediately, and I'll tell you this, as a wrestler, he probably was expecting, for Raja to go in there.
And slam him. Yeah.
And wrestlers are trained to give up their body to their opponent. They're like,
Yes.
"I'm putting trust of my body in your hands because we're working together to put on a show, and we're trusting each other.
Mhm.
My body, yeah, I'm trusting it to you to keep me safe, and I'm going to keep you safe." So I mean, I'm sure he was like, "Okay, he's going to slam me. Yeah, it might suck, it might hurt a little bit because he's not trained,
Yeah.
but fam, there's no need for that.
No,
That's
none at all whatsoever. So to me, that's why I was like, I did hear all the apology that Rampage gave after the fact. He was like, I'm gonna make sure that, Syko Stu, or whatever his name was, that he's gonna be all right. We're gonna make sure that he gets taken care of, things of that nature. But to me, again, just like you finished saying earlier, that sounds like you're just covering for your son, trying to cover up something that happened. And this is by no stretch of the means trying to slight Rampage for trying to do that, because every father is going to do that. Anybody who is a father, if your kids get into a certain tight spot, you're going to always try to save face and always going to try to be there for them. Unfortunately, for Raja, there's no turning back from this, man. You you assaulted a person, and I mean really assaulted a person, like beat the dog hell out of this man. And I wouldn't blame that guy if he threw every single book at Raja to make sure that
right,
he lands in jail. I wouldn't blame him for doing that. Do I want that to
right.
happen? Of course not. I don't want that to happen, because Raja is a young kid still. He's 25. Maybe he does have mental problems. Maybe he does have some stuff going on. And if you do, man, get the help that you need to get, especially if this guy is graceful enough to be like, you know what? It's all right. It's something that happened, a one-time thing, hopefully you don't do this again, but you need to get the help that you need to get in order
Yep.
for you to get better, right? But if he does end up pressing charges and all that stuff, man, I mean, what can you do? What can you say at that point? How can you come
Right.
back from that? You really
Right.
can't. You can't come back from that. You did what you did on a in a day and
Bro,
age
you
where
got it on
everything
film. You got it on tape.
I was about to
There's no
say
denying it.
I was about to say you did this in a day and age where everything gets recorded and everything gets put on the internet, and you'll never live this down. People will be
Nope.
reminding you of this and your violent act years
Right.
and years from now. They're going to be like, "Oh, you're the guy that beat the hell out of that one guy in the ring and damn near knocked
Almost
out all
killed
his teeth,
somebody.
almost killed his ass in the ring, like on
Yep.
TV. What the hell?" And
Yep.
so I feel bad for everybody involved. I hope that Syko Stu gets a speedy recovery and he
I
gets
think they just
straightened
let
out.
him out of the hospital.
They did, and they said that he was conscious and he was talking again, and
Yeah.
you know, but I just hope that he gets the care that he needs to get back on track. And as far as Raja goes, man, I hope that everything everything turns out you know, in his favor, or at least to where he's not being put in prison or behind bars for a long time. Like I said, I hate to hear that something like this happens and then for them to get put
Especially a
away.
guy this young, right?
Yeah, especially when he's this young, man. He still has his whole life to live in front of him. So, hopefully they get that figured out, man. But it's a sad, sad thing to see, especially when you're going to an event like this. And I'm pretty sure the entire crowd is probably watching, like, oh, this is all part of the act. And then as soon as they see that
Hell nah, bro.
it's
When you start
not,
hearing those
it's like,
licks and you just
what?
hear pow, pow, and that guy's not putting his hands up, he's not moving, bruh.
Yeah. I'm surprised it took that long to get somebody else or that somebody jumped in to be like, hey, bro,
I'm
get
sure
the
they
help.
were in shock, like,
Yeah. Like
this
everybody else.
can't really be happening, and then it's just like, oh, it's happening, like,
Mhm.
shout out to the guys that stepped in before
Yes,
it got any worse,
for
'cause
real.
A, it could have been worse damage, and B, he could
He
have
could have
taken his
killed him.
life.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
could have killed him. Yeah, for sure. That's
So
crazy.
if anything, Raja needs to be thanking him for like, hey, thank you for intervening when you did, because it could have been
Mhm.
worse.
Way worse.
That's
Way, way
crazy, man. That's crazy. So thoughts and prayers to Syko Stu and also to Raja and Rampage, man.
yeah.
Like you guys got a long fight ahead of y'all,
Mhm.
everybody involved. And
I even
we know
heard
it's not
I think I even saw some clips where Rampage is like he's getting death threats now at this point, because of this whole situation. And, he's like, man, I'm trying to do the right thing as a dad, but at the same time, I keep getting death threats now because of this whole situation. And it's like, there, what could he do? What could he have possibly done? He wasn't there. I'm pretty sure if Rampage was there, he probably would have been like, you know what, this is not a good idea, bro. We're not doing this. You're not gonna be taking part in this. Let's go ahead and step away. But since he wasn't there, I mean, fuck, man. I hate the situation altogether, bro. Especially coming from a dad's perspective and wanting to be there for your kids, and then for something like this to happen, and there's really nothing you can do or say that's gonna
right.
fix it. There's nothing you can say or do to fix it. So
Nope.
sucks, bro. For real.
It does, man. It sucks to feel helpless like that, especially as a parent. And like I said, they've got a long road ahead of them, but let's hope, everything turns out the way it's meant to turn out, whatever that is. And everybody just makes a full recovery and gets the help that they need. And
Yes,
we'll see how it all shakes out in the end, brother. But that was insanity to see that. So
very much so. Yeah.
with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we do want to thank everybody for just taking the time to watch this content that we do create for you on a weekly basis. We want to thank everybody for all the love, support, the interactions, the engagement. We thank you for all your comments. We ask that you do please continue to like, comment, subscribe, share this content with your friends, family, loved ones, anybody you think might want to laugh, anybody that maybe wants, to be entertained for a little while. And we'll keep making it for you as long as you guys continue to support. So, with that being said, thank you everybody for all that. And until next time, we will catch you in the next one. Peace.